Here's the real reason that remote work has died off in 2023, and the reason it's going to make a big comeback. My name is Joel Lalji, and I've been in the recruitment space for coming up to a decade. Over the past couple of years, one of the most common questions that candidates ask is whether or not the job is fully remote, or if there's flexibility to work some days from home. I did this poll on LinkedIn where I've got about 200,000 followers. You can see I got about 8,200 people respond. That's a pretty good respondents rate for a poll like this. And look how people responded. It was a simple question. What is your preferred work environment? I gave them 3 options. In the office 5 days a week, hybrid, fully remote / work from anywhere. And you can see pretty good respondent rate, 8,000 votes. 55% of people said that they wanted fully remote. In second, and kind of a close second, was hybrid at 41%. And easily the least favorite option of all was in the office 5 days a week. I checked the profiles of those people and they all ended up being robots. Just kidding, but they were probably involved in some sort of commercial real estate. That would be my guess. So what does that poll have to do with why remote work will come back? Well, like I mentioned earlier, one of the number one questions that candidates ask when they're in a conversation with a recruiter is whether or not the job is hybrid or fully remote. People seem to associate jobs that are fully remote or hybrid with flexibility. More workers care about flexibility than ever before. I'll give you an example. If you have a doctor's appointment, you don't want to have to go to your manager and plead for them to give you time off. You just want to be an adult, schedule the doctor's appointment, and then be able to go to the doctor's appointment. That seems pretty basic. But surprisingly, a lot of companies make it difficult to just live life and be able to schedule life around work. This is a big reason why people love remote work, because it gives them the freedom to get their job done and live their life without having to spend 2 hours commuting. They can instead spend that time doing something they care about, like time with the family, maybe work out at the gym, maybe meditation, maybe a walk outside. Anything is better than being in the car. Well, actually not true. I used to love listening to podcasts in my car, but I love hanging out with my kids more. This leads me to the reason why remote work stayed around as long as it did. Companies were using it as a bargaining chip to get people to accept their offer. So if a candidate had 2 offers on the table, one's fully remote, the other one is in office, they will almost certainly go with the fully remote option. I saw it time and time again. Companies were losing out acceptances to fully remote companies. This then made the companies that wanted people back in the office keep offering fully remote because they knew that was the way that they were going to get people to accept offers. So right now we're in an employer market, meaning employers can kind of control whatever they want when it comes to candidates because they have lots of candidates applying. There's lots of people that want to work for them. But as soon as things start to switch back to a candidate-focused market, which it will because there is a lack of talent, it's one of the reasons that the recruitment agency world space is so big, is because it's hard to find good quality people with the right skills. So as soon as we go back to a candidate market, that's when remote work is going to make a big comeback. And it's simple. Going back to that poll, the majority of people want fully remote work. So once they get to call the shots again, companies will realize that the only way to attract top talent is to offer fully remote work options. I can't fault companies for wanting people to be back in the office, even though I don't agree with it. I don't run these companies. I don't own them. Hopefully the leadership knows what's best for those companies. But it's hard for me to believe that any of these companies are going to let good people go in the name of being back in the office. So if you're looking for a remote job, you've seen a huge decline in those job postings. This is why. But keep your head up because we're not that far away from the job market switching around and becoming a candidate market again. And this is when we're going to see the comeback of remote work. Share this, tag me when it happens. I would love to know what you think in the comments.